Blake Wishar, Senior Writer for Fantini Research, here with Blaine Graboyes, CEO of GameCo. Before we get started on the demos, I'm just going to ask Blaine a couple questions to get a better idea of GameCo and what's going on in the video game gambling industry. So Blaine, it's been a year since we last saw you. What's been happening in that year, and what do you have going forward in the next year?
Well, it's always great to see you. Thanks for coming by. The last year has been tremendous growth for GameCo. We're almost 50 people now. We were about 15 a year ago. So a big part of what's been happening over the last year has been growing the team here in our Las Vegas office and also building new product lines. So we now have 5 cabinets. We have a range of new games. And here at G2E, we're just launching the first ever casino esports product that we call Multiplayer Arena. So there's just been an enormous amount of growth and development for GameCo over the last year.
Great, okay, awesome. And so what are some of the issues or challenges facing the video game gambling industry, and what is GameCo doing to tackle those challenges?
Sure, so I would say one I like to talk about that's a little bit under the hood is what we call overhold in games. So we often get asked the question, how does the best player not win all the money? Or how does the casino win any money, keep any money? And the reality is, the bigger problem in video game gambling is the opposite. The fact that we have to build all of our games assuming that everyone plays perfectly, but regular players don't always play perfectly. And the difference between perfect and regular is what we call overhold. You might think it would be good to hold extra money, but actually you want to give that back to the player so they have a good gambling experience. So we've developed a new technology that we call Gamer's Edge. We rolled it out in the first 2 games earlier this year, and it's been incredibly successful at reducing overhold, increasing coin in, and win per unit on games. So we're now starting to roll that out into a number of different games that we're creating here at GameCo. The other one is a little bit more overt, which is how do you let players know that this new product is available? Our customer typically is 30 years old, where the average slot player is maybe 60, the average table games player is maybe 50. So how does a 30-year-old know that these video game gambling games are available in their local casino? And that's where our Multiplayer Arena comes in. It brings esports to the casino floor, and it creates an area with architecture at the casino where now we can run events and tournaments and competitions, and it gives the casino something to market to bring in this new 30-year-old customer to the casino floor.
Awesome, very cool. Okay, so we've seen you in New Jersey. What other jurisdictions are you in, and then what planned jurisdictions do you have to expand to?
Well, we're most proud of the fact that we recently started our Nevada field trial. As a small startup in the regulated gaming space, Nevada is absolutely the gold standard, and it is not an easy journey to bring a company from concept to product to licensing to approval in a jurisdiction like Nevada. So we're out now with our games on field trial at the Atlantis in Reno, the Link here in Vegas, MGM, and Park MGM as well. So we're most incredibly proud of that. We're rolling out to a ton of new jurisdictions over the next 6 months, including some of the tribal jurisdictions in Arizona and New Mexico, commercial jurisdictions like Ohio, Canadian provinces like Ontario, Alberta, and Quebec. We're very focused on North America, and we're going to be expanding pretty broadly over the next 12 months.
Great, great. Okay, so with all that into consideration, 5 years have passed. Now where do you see GameCo in 5 years?
Well, first of all, I would say we're right where we want to be. There's often the question of why isn't this going more quickly? And I would actually say it's going incredibly quickly. The first slot machine was invented in 1886, the Liberty Bell. Video slots took 90 years till 1976. We put out our first game less than 3 years ago. We've built 5 generations of games. We've created totally new product lines in that time. So we're right where we want to be. What we want to start doing now is putting more kinds of different games out in more jurisdictions, working more actively with operators to create the right marketing environments and programs to bring these customers to the casino, and then also expanding into what we think of as vertical adjacencies. We're going to be launching some more esports products over the next 6 months. We're starting to get into iGaming as well. And we just launched our first table game here at G2E also. It's called Dice Ball. It's a simplified version of craps. It only takes one croupier to play, and it's really easy for players to understand. So we're looking at all these vertical adjacencies of what we call the new casino. What's the casino going to look like today that's different from the old casino?
Great. Okay, awesome. And then finally, just what do you want the industry to know about GameCo, if any?
Well, I appreciate that. I'd love the industry to know how hard we're working for innovation to create sustainability and growth. As someone new to the industry, 6 years into the regulated casino industry, I want to be in this business for a long time. And the way we're going to create sustainability and growth is through new, younger customers gambling.